Alright everybody, I'm back. It's been a while, but I'm going to go through the process of the fuel sending unit with the fuel pump. So right now I'm using the Aeromotive Stealth 340 pump. Here's a number on that. It is a GM in tank. Alright, so you should come with this plug, the new sock, and the pump itself. Aeromotive Stealth, the 340 insulator, and these I forgot what this called. Anyways, and obviously the line. I will be using 2 of these clamps, these hose clamps. Obviously I don't want to just use 1 hose clamp for each end. I'm gonna use 2 and tighten them up, because I know some people, when they accelerate and stuff in their swaps, it kind of fell off. I definitely don't want that happening. Alright, next up I got going on, I did accidentally order this one. This is a bulkhead that I'll be using, but as you can see, this one only has 2 holes. You need one with 4 holes, so I have to reorder that one. But I'm just using this as an example for now. This is a new sending unit for a 95 Silverado. Obviously, it changes over the years, so I believe up to 97 they do change it, or 98. I don't recall. But this, obviously, this fuel pump is trashed, so you could throw that away. And yeah, I'm about to go over all the wires and setup that I'm gonna be using. Let's see, I guess we're going to start off right over here. This is something I drew out. Obviously, here's the yellow bulkhead, which is the top. Here's the gray plug to that bulkhead right down here. So left, I got the fuel pump right over here. Obviously, you can just see the plug that goes in is red and black. To the right, I have the fuel level, which is this little white box here. Obviously, that has a blue and black, tiny little wires, which is here, blue and black. Obviously, this black wire is grounded to the bracket, so it doesn't really go up here. It just kind of just wraps around this and goes here. But since it's grounded to this fuel sending unit, here's the ground up here. See how it's connected to the fuel sending unit there with the connector. So that black wire then wraps around and goes into the gray plug here. So see where I drew it out, goes, obviously black wire goes here, which is grounding to the sending unit, and then it goes back into the gray plug, which is this part right here. The blue wire obviously goes to the sending unit, wraps around, and then goes into the gray plug here, which then goes into the purple. After it goes there, it goes into the yellow bulkhead, the stock one, and then goes into purple, which is your fuel gauge. This wire here, which is the purple one, obviously you can see it there. This purple one goes into this plug here. This plug, which is the center one. See, remember how it's in the middle? This plug that goes into your wire harness. It is right here. So here's a fuel sender and pump. Here's the connector, which I just showed you. And in the middle, if you follow it through, it goes right here into where it says fuel gauge. Alright, so these are wiring diagrams they have on the Facebook group, the 88 to 98 OBS LS swap Facebook group. You should go ahead and get on it. They have a lot of stuff. And obviously that middle wire, that's a fuel gauge. Sorry, my camera, I'm using a GoPro, it's not really the best, but it says fuel gauge, which is the middle connector here, the middle wire to the connector. All right, now let's go back. Obviously, let's go into the next one, which is red. This is a fuel pump. Red, obviously that means hot or power. You follow it through, it actually turns into a gray wire, right? Which is this gray wire here. See the red wire comes up to the gray plug, which goes to the yellow bulkhead, which is this gray wire here. Obviously, you follow it through, it also goes to this connector. This connector. Obviously, you follow it, right? You see the solid red line on the diagram. It goes here, goes to another plug, which you follow it all the way through. it goes to your hot fuel module, which is a little, you know, on the fuse block is just one little cube there, which is fuel pump ignition, which is what I put over here. So if you want to go ahead and just run a wire, if you want to, with a different setup, this is your basically key hot to turn on the fuel pump. So that goes that. Next up is we got the ground from the fuel pump. That ground from the fuel pump goes through, straight through to the plug. This black wire here, this one goes straight through, and it's also a black wire that goes to the chassis ground, which I went ahead and just put a little ring, which should be by itself. It's not with the plug. See, this one is not with this one, it's here. So this goes chassis ground, which is the ground for your fuel pump. Now let's go into the last one, which is this one, the one I talked about earlier, that goes to the grounding ascending unit, grounding the fuel level. You follow it through, and I want to draw it like this because it's black and white, which is your PCM ground, module ground, G109 ground, and G108 ground. These G109, G108 is to the block, which is by the thermostat. This is why I tell y'all not to cut any wires or anything on my other videos if you want to go check them out. There's also your PCM and module ground for this. Obviously, you want to go ahead and follow it through. Is that one with the dashed lines, which is the one to the far right. You follow it through. You follow it up, and look at all these grounds. It's literally, look at this. If I follow this one, it's your G08. Go back, follow the next one, G09 ground, which is both together by the thermostat. And look at all these two grounds. Just if I follow these two, bam, it goes to your PCM. Not this PCM, this is for the LS, right? This is your 411 from the LS swap, not this one. When I say PCM on this one, I'm talking about the original PCM on the truck that came with it. So let's go back. It also goes here, which grounds back to your module here, the one from earlier. So if you're wondering why your fuel pump isn't working or anything, it's most likely these two here, these two grounds, which is your thermostat. So you always want to not cut anything, go through diagrams, you know. And let's go to this one. This one, a guy in the Facebook group went ahead and color coded everything. I like the fact that it's color coded, but some of the things are mislabeled, you know, like this one, the purple and black and white, it says fuel sender in tank. Is not the one in tank, it's actually the one outside of the tank. And then over here where it says blue black, it says in rear of tank, which this one is the one that's in the tank. See, blue white, the fuel sender. So it's just those two match. Put them back. These two are vice versa. So if you ever want to follow it, see, like here's the purple wire, which is this one, the one out of the yellow. You follow it through, it goes to your cluster, your fuel gauge. See right there, fuel gauge. There's a purple wire. Bam, it goes to these two. Now this is the diagram for 5.7 C1500, the instrument cluster right there. So yeah, that's why I got this one, because the purple wire, I had to make sure this talks to the fuel gauge on the truck. Now obviously you want to follow through the other ones. They go up here to the this one, the module. Obviously I like this because whenever you want to go ahead and fire it up, you take off this plug, so whenever you turn on the key, it won't send fuel to your motor when you do the LS swap. And you also unplug the coil packs so that when this turns on, there will be no spark. So you got no gas, no spark, and you just have the starter whenever you crank it over to flow oil. So a lot of people like to, the GM does recommend it on you whenever you buy a GM block, like brand new from factory. They tell you that's the way to do it. Make sure there's no spark, no fuel, and just have the starter turn it over every 10 seconds, turn it off. I think it's like 10, 20, 30 seconds. Like, turn it over, have the oil flow, you know, because everything's spinning. Crank spins, that means the oil pump is spinning, pumping oil. Turn it off, let the starter cool off, crank it over, and then you want to go ahead and plug this in. Plug the coil packs in from the new PCM. and it should fire right up. But now, let's see. Obviously this you can buy online. This I bought cheap. I think I paid 50 bucks for it. Brand new. I just want to do it outside the truck before I take off the bed and everything, just so when I do take off the bed, throw the other one away, plug this in, and have everything brand new. Because some of these go rusted, the lines go bad, especially right here. If you go rusted, you want to go, I'm using the original lines. If you want to go aftermarket, you need AN fittings here, and then run it to your fuel well. Lines already there. I'm not going to replace them. I do have another video when I go over the adapters to the fuel well. So yeah, it goes that. Obviously the bigger one is feed, smaller ones return. This one is for your canister, which you delete. I usually just put a filter on it, not here but in the front of the motor, and then here is just your filler tube. My plan is to wait on this one instead of the 2 hole. I want the 4 hole. I will keep this, obviously. Definitely need that, definitely need the ground. I do not want to solder anything in the tank. What I want to do is go ahead and get all these wires, run them through this new bulkhead, running through that, remove this old bulkhead, remove that, and place it in here. Maybe I could fit these wires through it, no idea yet, because these wires, the red and black from the fuel pump, this one, are trash. Throw them away. I will be keeping the blue one and this one, the ground for the fuel pump, and this blue wire. I'll be replacing the other two with these 2 connectors, because I just want to connect them in the tank, and then just run these out, and then solder these 2, black and red, to this black. Obviously this black here on a new plug will go to the black here to the chassis ground, which is this one. And then the PCM hot will be this gray wire, which is connected to the plug, which is this gray wire. I'll connect that red wire to this one. And then obviously the blue will go back to being purple here. This purple one, this blue one, I'll run it through. Blue wire here, I'll run through the bulkhead and just solder it with the purple wire, just so I could have my fuel gauge right here, my fuel gauge to work. Next one is this black for the fuel sending ground. I'm gonna just go ahead and push it through and connect it to the black and white here. This black and white one to the plug. Here's the plug. The one to the end is black and gray, or black and white. Maybe I'm colorblind, I don't know. That I'll solder into this one, the one that curves and is grounded to the actual fuel sending unit. I'll push that through and then solder it out here, because I'm not gonna solder anything here below. I'm gonna push everything through and solder everything behind. One problem is this blue wire. I saw one person in the group say that it doesn't reach through when he did it, but I noticed how it wraps around here. And the only problem I see if I unwrap it is that I don't want it to get stuck with the float. So I'm gonna try to maybe get a zip tie, or I don't know, maybe get one of these new maybe get one of these and just wrap it around here, just to hold the wire. And then obviously here straight, crimp it here maybe, or here, probably here, just so it won't fall down. And then here straight up to the new bulkhead, that blue wire. So that one's probably the only one that's gonna give me issue with it. And yes, there are other ways to do it. For instance, Joel on the Facebook group said to not even leave this the way it is. Remove the black and red, the red and black from the fuel pump, depin it, and leave this blue and this ground in here to the original bulkhead. And to remove the gray wire and remove the ground, and put one of this bulkhead into the fuel tank. So you drill a new hole in the fuel tank. And the only problem I see with that is I don't want it to hit the bed, because there's like I screenshot a picture. There's a cross for the frame. There's a piece of bar that goes straight through to the other side. when this would actually, you know, facing it down. You're looking at it, let's see, if you're looking at it this way, there's a piece of bar that goes from frame to frame, the frame rails, and then the bed obviously covers right here, and I'm worried about that if I do it in the tank, I put it in the wrong spot. There's different ways to do it. The way I'm gonna do it is order 4 wires, the 4-hole bulkhead instead of this 2-hole bulkhead. I believe it's 3/4. Let's see. I'll go ahead and insert the picture. This is what the bag that came in. It's 0046-CFD-4504. But I'm going to insert pictures of all. Pictures of this, and pictures of the bulkhead. The 2-1 and the 4-1, whichever route you want to go. I'm going with the full hole, and then obviously re-drill, or hopefully just, you know, tightens up here. Yeah, use this, y'all. If you want to go ahead and screenshot this, or let's see. If you want to screenshot it, it goes that. Here, you're gonna do it like that. If you want to screenshot it, here it is. This one, all the words are tiny, but hopefully that helps anybody. If you want to screenshot PCM, the little fuse block. Let's see, and then always here's a fuel pump, the plug. Yeah. All right, y'all. Go ahead and that helps anybody out. All right, y'all. I'm back. I'm going ahead and just for the rest of the video, I'm gonna just be disassembling and connecting stuff. I'm also gonna see my plan for this. Obviously, I still gotta wait on this. You know, it's gonna take a couple days, but I'm gonna see what I can do, what I got. All right, first off, we're gonna go ahead and take this off. I'm gonna try to set up my GoPro. All right, right off the bat, we got the new fuel pump here. The sock that it goes, not the sock, but this just goes over here. I forgot what you call this, but I'm just twisting it on. There it is. Right. Next up is the sock. You want to go ahead and put this on after you set it into the fuel sending unit. This rubber hose, I see no point in cutting it when I already have one on the new one. You want to go ahead and use these two and the other two that comes in the new sending unit. Put this aside. Put this aside. Let's bring this up. Alright, so let's leave this rubber band. Disconnect the plug here. Alright, so if you have the 255 Robo pump or any of the smaller ones or the weaker pumps, they work just fine. And you can also use all of the stock parts, which is nice. This pump will burn your bulkhead. A lot of people, I think I've seen like 5 people in a Facebook group that burn this bulkhead using this pump trying to connect here. See how the size of different wires? You do not want to do that for this. Let's see. I really care about me breaking this. Come on now. Let's see. I don't know how other guys on YouTube be doing it. I guess that's camera magic for you. I do need tools. Let's see. I have a screwdriver. I need a flathead. Alright, I'm back with my flathead. I'm gonna just throw it up just because I'm gonna reuse them. Yeah, I'm shaking. I appreciate everybody liking and subscribing. That really helps the analytics of YouTube. Let's see. Ooh, I got stuff. That thing. Honestly, trying to figure out how am I gonna take off this sock. I want to just rip it off. I mean, I'm looking at this one. This one just looks like it just snaps right on. There it goes. Oh. This one's very thick, and I see this one's very, man, I guess you get you paid for, you know. This is way better quality than this, and it already has paint. Alright, there's that insulator. Let's see what's next. I unplugged it. Let's go ahead and see if I can twist it. There it is. I don't want like bend anything, but it looks like I have to. Alright. Here's the original fuel pump. Not needed at all. Let's see what brand this is. Let's see. No brand. Yes, it's some. Maybe actually, so I don't know. It's not, pretty useless. I mean, it's junk. I mean, this whole thing was like, I think 40 bucks. I remember 40, 50 bucks, and this is junk. Obviously, I already have the Walbro 255 pump. Just plug it in. You could cut these and solder them, shrink wrap, use marine shrink wrap, and you're basically set. But obviously, with this pump, we have to do a little extra stuff. Let's see. Remove the plug. Do I really want to use this? Yeah, might as well. It only goes on one way. I'll take off the plug once it's installed. Let's try to fit it in here first. Yeah, nothing there. Alright, there it goes. Let's get that plug. Oh, this rubber grommet, or whatever you want to call it. There goes. Make sure you're bending the hose, y'all, not none of these, because if you nick this, you're basically done for. It looks good. People on Facebook said you should like cut this, drop it even lower, and this and that, but I don't know. If you're running on E, I feel like you shouldn't be doing an LS swap. You should be, you know, working on being financially stable. If you can't put gas in your car, you know. That's why fuel pumps do go out. Maybe I should have taken it off, because now I gotta do an extra hoopla. There it is. Oh yeah, I mean, it actually sits lower. See that, y'all? It actually sits lower than a stock one. The stock one is actually inside of here, so it sticks lower. I don't know what people were talking about earlier. I mean, it really it doesn't even sit on the thing. Fine by me. Oh, I forgot to put on these E. Definitely want to do that. This is a better brand hose. Yeah, this is way thicker, y'all. Even has the lining in it. But let's see. Nah, I'm not gonna run E85 anytime soon. Whew. I need to worry about getting a house first before worrying about jumping from that to E85. Slide those in. Definitely using two on each side. Should probably put that rubber grommet. You know what to say, practice makes perfect. Yeah. hope the video's catching this. Oh yeah. Sorry y'all, I was probably blocking the camera. Yeah, here it is. I'm going to use the original 2 here. One at the very bottom, one right above it, and then go ahead and use the new ones. One right on the edge, and the other one right underneath it. Bam. Just like that, just tighten the hell out of it. I know there's some that you could squeeze on and go on tight, but I think this should be fine. Using 2 clamps. Make sure this is out of the way of this. Yeah, this is over there. Alright, let's get the sock on. Yeah. Very nice quality compared to this. It's bigger. I'm just looking at it to see this light go through it. Very nice. There's even a little another filter inside of it. It feels like when I bend it, I can feel like a plastic piece in here. Yeah. This doesn't have nothing. I mean, I can just bend this. Oh, there's one right there. This one looks like it goes all the way through. Oh yeah, some end. That's very nice. The other one's going left to right, facing this way. This should just clip right on. Yeah. I don't think it really matters. Let's see. Let's think about this. If this is going to the side of the frame, I'll put it front to back of the chassis. That's the way I'm gonna do it. Should I? No, because so I just thought to myself, I'm gonna just leave it as it is, because this just naturally drops. Once you take off the rubber band, it drops down to this area, so I want this to avoid that. Make sure it's on. Alright, so if you don't like this way, just comment down below what you think I should do better. Let's go ahead and tighten up these clamps. Oh, and that one is a Phillips. Or Estrella, that's what you call it in Spanish. Star, Estrella, Phillips. Do one right above it. And the other 2 are flatheads. So I'll do one at the very top. Yeah, let's go a little bit higher. Does not want to stay straight. It's not going anywhere, I'll tell you that. this one. Maybe I just do it this way. Those tight can be tight, very tight. Oh yeah, well, there it is. Aeromotive. Yeah, Aeromotive fuel pumps in. This next up, let's see what to do. I do have pictures here of how other people set theirs up. You just let it free floating. Let's see. He left his to the side. See this original plug. He has that one. This guy, he kept his plug. Guess he used a different type of how you say, fuel pump. Definitely don't want to keep it if you want to use this Aeromotive one. This guy connect the positive to two positives to the plug and put the plug here. That's different. He has a whole another ground over here coming into the sending unit. And I guess he doesn't want his fuel gauge to work. I don't know. Maybe he's using a different thing. This guy, kind of what I'm doing, you know. Plug, leaving the plug. Here's the sending unit. Keeping the plug here. He ran 2 wires to the grommet. And these 2 wires, I think he did what I said earlier when he kept this plug just for the fuel level. He kept this plug, we removed the other 2, and then he added the grommet just for the fuel pump. These 2 wires. But if I was to go that way, I mean, where am I supposed to put it, you know? You could put it in the gas tank if you want, but I really don't want to do that. Okay. To each their own. Let's go ahead and unplug this. Let's see. Alright, y'all, for this, it is just a little clip right here. You want to lift this metal piece and push it out. I'm going to show that real quick. There it is. Can I depin it? That's what I'm hoping. I don't want to cut anything. Yes, looks like I can. No, I need to get a yeah, I need to get a very small flathead pick and get in there. And how am I gonna get this out? Let's see, can I twist it? And y'all gotta look at it real quick. Looks like I just push it out. Let's see. And here's need a pick for all these small little edges. I'll be right back, y'all. Need to get a pick so I can depin. Alright, y'all. I went ahead and used this to go ahead and grab onto here, and I went ahead and twist it back and forth. Let's see if I can show you. Just like that. And then this metal piece actually came up a little bit, just enough for me to get a flathead underneath it. Hopefully you can see that. There's a little metal piece there, and it lifted when I turned the yellow connector, and it was just enough for me to get this flathead underneath and pop it right off. Be able to show you better in a minute once I get this whole thing off. Got it off. This part, once I turned that yellow connector left and right, this popped up a little bit, and then I just go ahead and got a flathead right underneath it. Let's see. Yeah, I went ahead and got a flathead right underneath it. Started popping it around, all the way around, and it just came off, as you can see. There's the yellow connector right here. Now let's go ahead and see. Looks like that is not gonna come out. As inspected. Oh wow. I'm going to twist it with these, y'all. Oh y'all, it is not going anywhere. Pieces all coming off it. So I'm gonna try with the flathead. Definitely don't want to do this with the knife because it is slippery. Oh yes, it's coming out. I just got a flathead underneath it. Looks like it's coming out easier that way. See if I can turn it a little bit. Oh yeah, there it is. Got it out. I want to go ahead and blow off all the pieces off it. There it is. Oh, there's a hole. Obviously, I still got to depin these, y'all. You could do it from this side. It has a little gap on the edge. You go ahead and put a little pick, push up, and it should come out, these wires. I'll put this aside. Let's see. And I kind of got these, the purple wire. But these should be long enough. I know some people like to actually drop this on the grommet or the bulkhead. Where's that bulkhead? Where did I put it at? Here it is. Some people actually put this to a new bulkhead, run it through, and they actually solder inside the tank, which is not what I want to do. If you want to, you go ahead. And then people online are liars. They say you could use this. They say you could use this and run it through. Nope, you cannot. You have to drill it out. Obviously, it has like a little spot to drill out, but yeah, that is way too big for it. Yeah, if you want to buy this one, just know you have to do some drilling, which is what I'll have to do. Yeah, looks like drilling is next. Can't do it in my room, obviously. Let's see. This looks like I'm gonna have to cut these wires, y'all. This one, I really don't want to cut it because this plug is trash. That I could cut. This black one here to the ground to the sending unit, that could go through easily. I'm just really worried about this blue wire. And if I zip tie together, I have no idea. And right from there, it looks like it's going through, but it's already tightened, the blue wire. So I feel like if I could unloop it twice, maybe we'll have enough just to reach through. Oh yeah, and reminder, y'all, with this bulkhead, you do not want to have it this way, going up. You want to go ahead and flip it over have the threads facing up, and then have this part come down with this little gasket at the bottom of it. So when you tighten up, it'll come, you know, it'll be right underneath here, so you won't have any clearance issues with the bed of the truck. That's what Joel said on the Facebook group, which is he's one of the admins on it, knows the stuff. Let's see, what else can I do today? Not much. It's already getting late, can't drill. So yeah, this is part 1 of the fuel sending unit, y'all. Hopefully this helps. Alright, y'all, I was just about to post, but I'm about to upload it onto my computer and post a video. But 1995 Chevy Silverado fuel sending unit, and here it is. It's by carparts.com. It's very cheap. Here it is. It's for 36 plus shipping. I think it's like 40 bucks or 50 bucks altogether. It comes with everything. See, it even comes with these that go into the fuel cell, and comes with everything you need, y'all. Here it is. That's what I'm using. 1995 K1500, I guess, whatever. It's all the same, most of them. Let's see. Next one, here's the Aeromotive. It's fuel rod, fuel hose, and here's a part number 11569, the GM version. Aeromotive Stealth 340 LPH in tank. It is for, as the time of this video, 134, so it's probably going to be like 150, 160 with shipping. That's why they always get you, y'all. It's shipping. And here's our rubber, the bulkhead. What you want to do is go ahead and look up on Google CFD 504, and it's by Jegs, it's by Summit. You have different ones. Obviously it's not the one I want the full hole. So I need to look around, see which one it is. Alright, y'all, I went and searched up bulkhead fitting, and here it is, a SMT wire bulkhead fitting. No idea if I should trust this website. It says 20 bucks, cheaper than the 2-hole. Look at that, full hole. Let's see. Any reviews? Yeah, people. Save me after stock plug got fried. Oh yeah. Usually people buy it. No, I just need the bulk hole, so add the cart. So this is the one I need. Need to expedite the shipping, just so I get it sooner and get this over with. Let's see, go to checkout. Alright, y'all, so I went ahead and found the full, which is by SMT wire bulkhead fitting. So yeah, I could just look at the picture, it has the full holes. But yeah, that's the one I'll be using, just so I could run the 4 wires through it and solder it outside. Yeah, hopefully that helps everybody.